Jim Freeheart, Traveling Artist Series, looking at a magical overlook on the backside of Haleakala Crater. This is the road to Kipahulu, one of my favorite views on this island, and here's a very large rendition of it. Let's see how it all turns out.
We are today. I'm working on a 6-foot by 4-foot canvas. I'm going to copy a scene on the other side of the island of Maui here. Right now, I just put in my under signature. That's my little message to the world. Happy heart. Remind people to be happy to be alive. And then I'll cover the whole thing with this undercoating. And then I'm going to sketch in the composition. I couldn't be more excited. I've been waiting to do this for several years. And I just came from this beautiful view, which is this one right here. This is the scene that I'm going to be copying. And I was just there 2 days ago, waiting to do the big canvas. So, thanks for being part of this fun adventure today, and we'll watch how it evolves. Okay, see you at the other end.
Okay, here's how I set up a tripod and my spare camera to make a time-lapse video of this whole process. I start with my undersignature, but the most important part was all the help I got from the children on this. As I began to paint this undercoating with my kind of creamy warm color, I had about 6 or 7 children that each volunteered to help out with some of the undersignature, just roughing in the background, coloring the white canvas so that when I paint on top of it, some of that color can bleed through and create a harmony throughout the painting. But these kids were wonderful. They were thrilled to help out, and I was thrilled to have their help. So there we go. There's my happy, smiling heart, my little reminder for everybody to remember to be happy to be alive and celebrate the wonderful gift of life. So there is the undercoating. Now I begin roughing in a background with a very slightly darker paint so that I can make adjustments and alterations to the painting real easily if I don't have a super high contrast undercoating, or I should say under high contrast paint to rough in the composition. So here we go. I usually start in the distance with the sky and clouds, and generally speaking, work from the distance to the foreground. I'm using really soft, muted colors to create the feeling of depth. The less sharp the contrast in the distance, the less vibrant the colors, the more the illusion of depth will be created in the painting. So there you have it. You can see it pretty well there. Lots of blues, blue, green, blue, violet, but not any strong reds or oranges or yellows way off in the distance there. It's just more blues, violets, and paled down with lots of titanium white. So now I'm roughing in the slopes of the mountain here, the backside of Haleakala Crater, coming down and dropping off into the ocean there. The Hana Highway goes along just out of the scene there. Well, actually, the Hana Highway is right where I'm standing on the edge of the road where I painted the original painting. This is, of course, a copy of my original that I did on location. This was too big to try and set up on the side of the road with cars whizzing by. Okay, so there we go. You can see I'm getting more and more detailed as it. So here we go. Continuing on, I'm getting more and more into the sloping mountainside of Haleakala. And here again, I'm using much more vivid color than I was in the distant land. You know, the best teacher we have, though, as far as I'm concerned, is nature. If you keep your eyes open, that's what most of us do as plein air painters. We look at the world around us, we try and copy it as we see it. I don't stick to it quite as rigidly as I think some artists do that want to really copy something exactly as it is and match the colors exactly. And I I like to use a little more creativity and a little more imagination, and I definitely do that. I tend to amp up the color and make it more vibrant, maybe throughout, but especially in the foreground. And that extra vibrancy gives the painting a lot of life. But I look for the subtle colors in nature and then I exaggerate them a bit. So if you look around and keep watching, Mother Nature shows you, an array of beautiful colors, and then you can also look at the way the landscape appears as you're looking down on it close in the foreground, or as you're looking at it from further away, more distant land. Again, the horizontal lines that you see in the distant uh, land where it meets the water, and there's the white foam along there, way off in the distance, even though those might be super curved if we were looking down on them like we see in the foreground of this painting. At a distance, they all just pretty much look like horizontal lines. So as it gets closer and closer into the foreground, you're looking down on it at a steeper angle. You can see the curvature of the land, the beach. It's just one of the principles of perspective. And again, nature's got it down. All you do is look and try and copy what you're seeing as far as getting the curvatures shown the way you see them close up compared to far away. I keep working on this a little bit more. Right now the sun is swung around into the afternoon light and it is blazing bright and kind of bleaching out my whole image here. At some point I think I zoom in a little bit more because with the super brightness in the distance out over the Pacific here on Maui, that brightness is kind of messing with the colors on the painting. In the very end, you'll see the more accurate colors. Well, there it is. I zoomed in so I could actually see the colors a little bit better. And I'm really close to being finished. I actually put a signature on there, Jim Freeheart, with a little star next to it that means celebrate the gift of life. That's sort of a message I hope people remember about my work, is remember to pay attention to the miracle of being alive and celebrate life every day. It's not a practice. This is a real thing. So there we go. I'm putting a little bit of movement of water, foam around the rocks in the foreground. There we go. There's the finished painting. I had a fun time doing this, and lots of people stopped and enjoyed the journey as well. Here we go. Traveling Artist Series, The Road to Kipahulu. Please share with others and remember to have a wonderful life. Be kind to others. We'll make it a better world. Bye.